Greetings.
Okay, so last time, stuff happened. Sorry. uh,
Yes, it did.
let's see. I believe you found Oleander amongst your in your midst. There's a little bit of party conflict as the realization took that Nate um was actually missing. The claw were not lying about that.
I mean,
And
this
then
guy.
I think that might be a DM created thing.
yeah, it's kill her and find out.
What if she is Nate and he
mm,
doesn't even know they're her brother's secret identity?
Nate the whole time. um, I mean, she could have a secret identity. You have no idea.
Man, those rangers are crafty.
Okay, so, I believe we left off on the beginnings of a plan.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
and does anyone want to recount for me what that plan is?
So we're
So,
gonna go into the city and meet the guard. We'll talk to the guards for any information with the claw.
Right.
Um,
still a part of our plan?
do you want it to be?
I think we also wanted to visit the shady joint town
Yeah.
thing.
But I felt like there was some changes since we had initially discussed that.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Before that, Nate wasn't missing.
Yeah, that changes. I remember we talked about how we wanted you volunteered basically let basically give yourself up to the claw in exchange for the prisoners. And then was that correct?
Well, except now I believe the plan is turn in false information that has been
Yeah.
warded, and then
Oh, the bomb. That's right. Sorry.
while we're doing that, like while I'm doing that, my mom gets my work published or like out in the public because
Yeah.
we're gonna cram to write that paper.
And
I also have to get
And
clothing, but that's besides the point.
yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
there was anything else.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid plan.
Yeah,
We had
you.
sent
Albatross is out scouting.
yeah, Albatross is out scouting. And yeah, does not know what we know. And
Which I rolled for
also
her, by the way. She did decent.
also DM urgings that we do her fun little side quest involves saving her, blow up anything.
We can blow up
Wait,
stuff while
as
saving the
well.
children
Save the kids.
and blow up stuff.
Also, like, it'll be fun. I don't know if I'm right, and I doubt myself more every day. But look, it's fun.
Anything out.
um. Oh, I also
So
lost some.
And I don't fully remember what was the what did we have to do for the Albatross side quest again?
silver kids.
We don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotcha.
um. Okay. So we dial back in. When you wrote down the stuff, it was in. You didn't write it down in. Or no, you did write it. You did write it down in Alihan, right? Yeah, because you were just showing her your notes that you copied straight from the ruin, right?
Yes.
Have you already been working on translating it, or have you been distracted?
I mean, we've had some downtime where we're like
Mhm.
sleeping and shit, or like,
Go ahead.
getting.
and roll me an intelligence check.
I can do that. Hopefully, I can do it well. I
All right.
can.
So you've been throwing yourself a little bit into your work in order to distract yourself, and have gotten quite a ways into translating some of the material you found. Be honest, would you focus on the books, or would you have focused on this circle? I know it's useful now, but which would she have focused on in this downtime?
I do genuinely think it would have been what was found, like the stuff
In the
in the
strange
circle.
room.
Yeah, because like that's weird. Books are normal.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so you
yeah.
have gotten a decent way through translating it. Not everything is translated, and it's kind of a mess. So you could probably use some time finishing it up and basically working on it. The majority of the time will be your mother's spent on. Well, basically, you're going to be passing it back and forth.
Yeah.
She's going to look at these notes and try to figure them out enough, at least, to make a genuine copy, and then she's going to pass it back to you, and you're going to translate that back into Alihan, and then you're going to give it back, and she's going to trap the hell out of it, if my understanding is correct.
Yeah, well, I feel like we were going to give over false information,
Yes.
right?
So
Okay.
she's gonna be working off of the true information enough to make it look good, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you had a specific idea of, unless you had a different thing in mind for giving false.
I did not.
You do have several other sources of Alihan text and information you found in there, which you also know is not necessarily like groundbreaking, but could be like genuine. They look genuine enough that you could give them over. Though if you gave over the books themselves, that would probably be more convincing than the note taking is probably the easiest. Basically, the note taking looks most impressive because it looks arcane. Oh no. But it's up to you what you want to do. Hi.
I was trying to tell you. Hold on. I wasn't
Sorry.
working. I missed whatever you just said.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you couldn't hear me as well. I just thought you couldn't speak, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's fine."
Well, I when I unplug my mic, it also, for some reason, makes my headset not work. So.
Okay, so basically, you could either give them the genuine books, and those would be convincing in the fact that you wouldn't have to tamper with them, or you could tempt them with quote unquote magical secrets using your real notes, and your mom basically takes enough real stuff and mixed it in enough fake stuff to make it look realistic.
Okay, question. Do any of the books that I have look like they might just be a chill book? Not like a picture book, but like
One of them does have a lot of pictures, but like
I'm thinking like a Chronicles of Narnia type book, like
yeah, like a novel or something. That's like like interesting, and probably the only recounting of Chronicles of Narnia you would ever get your hands on. But I take
not useful in the long run.
Okay. So do you take a look at your books?
Yeah, I might take a second to do that, just to like maybe titles.
Okay. So one you flip through, and it has a lot of pictures of plants, and seems to have like a lot of breakdown of like you read a section and it's like um the soil composition it needs and its life cycle, and it's got like a one of those scientific diagrams
Yeah.
of
So
the
that one
inside of a
seems
leaf.
interesting and important. So I'm gonna keep that one.
Okay. One of them seems to be actually go ahead and roll me like yeah. Let's roll things. So give me a intelligence check with expertise.
Expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
that
you're
would just
translating Alihan.
so 9 plus 6.
Okay, so 15? Yeah, that's really decent actually. Expertise is nice.
Yeah.
If you can't get expertise from going to college, what can you get it from? Okay, so this one seems to be a bestiary of some sort. It doesn't seem to be as detailed as the other one, and none of these are creatures you've ever seen before. But it has a lot of. It doesn't seem to go into depth about a lot of them, but it does have a. It does have almost. You flip through and it has pages and pages of various weird-looking creatures and monsters.
Again, keeping that one. Again, looking for a kid's book.
I have what you have written here. I'm not changing it just because you need something to throw away.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have it, then I'm not gonna use
yeah.
anything.
Okay, so this one's really thick. And you flip through it, and at first it doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems to be an index of some sort. There's you flip through it and it's got a lot of, maybe it's written in code because it's got a lot of numbers and just names after them, and occasionally it looks like yes.
A fucking phone book.
Sure fucking is. But it just seems to be pages and pages of the same thing.
Do you think this one's important?
This is your area of expertise. I have no idea.
Okay, I'll put it to the side as a maybe. What else I got?
Okay, so you have this one's slimmer. It seems to be more like it's not like it's thin. And it seems to have like glossy pages. And I'm realizing I've never held one of these in my life. But don't worry about it. And you flip through it and it's got several pictures of just wild shit. Sometimes it's people talking, and it's these strange same kind of glossy photos you saw in there with just like hyper realistic paintings. You have no idea why someone would take the time to paint such realistic things on what seems to be a piece of paper. Oh, Danny can't watch.
Watch.
His internet is down. He helped me come up with these books. And it's got like you take a second to read it and it's talking about like space travel.
Whoa.
Or
Sorry.
and yeah, you see like talking about the stars and
Keep that one.
Yeah.
and multiple moons and like it's but then you flip to another page and it's talking about um high court and
Is it a National Geographic?
no, it's not.
Is it a fantasy book? Or an
It doesn't seem
encyclopedia?
to be like it seems like everything is in short. There seems to be pictures and then short blurbs tied to them as far as you can tell, and it's just a wild range of topics. Um,
What is the
That's
modern
interesting.
equivalent of this that you've never held?
I mean, I
Because
don't
when you
know.
said that, I was like, are you about to describe like a pork bag to me? Or
No.
What? Oh,
No, that
Because
was
that's
number
right.
69, and I did not roll that for you.
Okay.
nice.
Bless.
And yes, I did make a table for any time you pick up books in that room.
AZ was doing some extracurriculars.
Oh my god. Anyway, when you figure it out, I'll let you know. Anyway, this one seems to
That one goes
baffle
on the
you.
keep pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
This one you open it and it's got a lot of dry terms, and it seems to you jump in and it seems to be talking like about a specific battle that took place, or maybe something. There seems to be a lot of dates
That
posted
one
around.
seems important.
Yeah, it looks like one of your textbooks. Actually, you recognize kind of the heft of it, and like it's not in the same language, but you've read a lot of textbooks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it has that
No,
same.
okay, you say that, but Sylvia's the type of nerd who enjoys reading textbooks. So, and you're trying to
Oh,
describe
no.
it as dry, and I think she probably gets wrapped up in like some of the history stuck in there.
Yeah. And it does seem to be divided into sections, and you recognize the kind of format that seems to like. It's not cross cultured, but there is a certain way that's useful for laying out information in a very dense fashion that seems familiar to you. Um, the next one is it has that word that one of those words that you are very unfamiliar with. In the in one of the audio files, and it also has like detailed schematics, just like a
What's the word?
car.
Mom, do you know what this is?
She takes it for a minute. She looks at the sketches and she's like, "No, you would have a better idea than me, I think, on all of this."
Wonderful.
Gonna
That
be
one
our
also
answer
seems
for a
important.
long
Puts
bit.
it in the keep pile.
Yes, and it does seem to have like detailed schematics, and there's a lot of, you know,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And then the last one is you actually recognize the name right off. It has Mortimus on on the cover. You flip through it and it's talking about like his young childhood, and then you flip a little bit more and it's talking about it's talking about some political thing he did, or like you see mention of like and his invention here, and it starts going into detail about like you know who he met as a young intrepid inventor, and as far as you can tell, this is a biography of Mortimus.
That one in the keep pile. And I'm gonna roll a d20 what I decide about the phone book.
Go for it.
Alright, odds I give it up, evens I keep it.
Okay. It would be more convincing even with papers. If you had something to give up.
Even.
No, I said that, and now I'm like,
You can make a choice.
I can make a choice.
Sylvia doesn't know, but she probably does know that, like, either this is going to need a lot of code breaking to be useful, or it's not useful at all because she's lost. Because the other thing is, there might not be enough context left on the civilization to code as well.
Yeah.
Or it could just not be code broken.
Okay, question about the papers. Do they feel very flimsy and strange?
They sure do. I think. Wait, look, what are phone books like?
Flimsy, 'cause
Cheap
Yeah,
for mass production. Okay.
yeah.
This one, it's massive, and if it's code, I don't think I can break it, and it looks interesting. So if I turn this over with everything else, they're not going to be able to interpret it either. First of all, and second of
Yeah.
all, if it is something important, why are they printing it on the paper?
Yeah, it is. It is very thin paper, and in fact, it almost tears in half
If
while you're flipping
if I flip through it, is there a picture, like one little square that has like a pizza and a big
it.
number
Yeah,
on it? Okay.
yeah, there sure is. Yeah, there seems to be a couple of segments that are like different, and like there's a couple pages that like turn into boxes, with different icons and various.
Yeah, I don't think this is a code. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm going to help you
Something
again.
across all times.
Yeah. Cool. That's decided. I'm giving up the phone book with the fake
Big pizzeria.
notes.
Freddy Fazbear's no not the crossover we need.
No. Um.
Okay. So you're giving up the fake phone book as well as the notes, or just the fake phone book and hoping that's tempting.
No, I'm also gonna give the.
Okay, cool. Probably good. Have more things to trap.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You can trap higher level spells, can't you? What did I? Oh, I sure did. Hold
You
on.
good over there?
Your
Are any
mom
of
told me
us?
something very mean. I need to check something. What's it called? What's the spell called that lets you trap things?
Entangle?
Warding, glyph of warding.
Well, it adds a trap to an item.
Right, but glyph of warding is what we talked about, right? Though.
The one that explodes,
If
yes.
you create a spell glyph, you can store any spell of up to the same level as the slot you use for the glyph of warding. Oh, she can do something very mean.
Wonderful.
I think that's what we.
Yes, we want
Yeah.
a fourth level shadow.
Want very mean, but we also, because we were gonna trigger it to a word that I would say as I leave with the hostages.
Well, she only has 1 7th level spell slot, so she can't do that.
Only
But she
one?
can do. Yeah. What about it? What do you want from her? That's super high level.
I know the
Yeah.
highest level I have is 4, and I'm envious.
We're little babies.
We're
You're
level
getting up there.
we're
You got
level
it.
7.
One level is really decent. That's where you get some really good spells at 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
But no, that means she can. I mean, do you ask her what she's gonna put in the glyph of warding?
Well, yeah, especially since I thought we talked about Louis doing that. So if it's my mom doing it, sure.
Well, I mean, Louis can do it as well, but she can probably pack more punch.
I'd have to go to bed. Oh
we
no,
lost
Andrew. Not like this.
I mean, we're probably gonna. There's some sleep between us and this exchange anyway.
Yeah. Well, I believe you have what 5 more days. Time is not real even in D&D, but I'm pretty sure that's right, right?
Yeah, we have 5 Dragon
Uh,
Ball Z days, sure.
Okay.
Or
Okay, so
Thought it
it
was
took
less
us like
than that, but
I
it
thought it was
might
like
be
4 or 5 days.
well, you have like a 2-day leeway if you took the boats. So there's like 3 more days until they expect you to be in town, and then like 2 more days that was like
Oh
no,
no.
no, wait,
Oh no, I accidentally closed the map. Oh no.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
call
no.
it 5 days until you're supposed to meet with them.
okay, perfect. I approve. Welcome back.
Hi,
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
hi, welcome back. But no, she can pack a disintegrate in there.
Oh
If
shit.
she
Oh.
wants to. Now the downside of that is it is single target, so she'll probably also pack some other things in there. But like,
Wait, does it target person you triggered it?
If I can make a suggestion, a
Mhm.
7th level shatter.
Could bring the whole operation down.
As in you?
No. I was talking that as like a. How's it going over there?
I mean,
I'm
she's
good.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Oh. Oh god, everyone
Sorry, I'm just
switched
fucking around.
everyone switched around.
Yeah.
Oh,
like this.
cute.
Oh nice.
Little Marceline.
Oh,
It's very fun. I don't know. I just
adorable.
wanted proud of my setup.
Oh nice.
Yeah, very good.
Anyway, sorry for derailing things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she could. I think that might be a valid point. If she does disintegrate, it'll have to be something that they trigger. But it would be single target. So
I think
Fireball.
AOE would be much more useful.
yeah.
Agreed.
Well,
Fireball.
7th level
Yeah.
fireball.
Yes.
You know what? There is always that. I think that also that I think that's even better than Cloud Kill. Because wizards are
So-
bonkers.
Like imagine
So
if
the
your
issue-
fucking phone book just explodes.
What is this? This is some kind of phone book. Is this a joke?
That's a
Yes.
good point, though. We could leave. That way, it gives me time to get out. Leave a note that contains the trigger word.
Mm,
We just gotta say it.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That,
Let me open up my
or
bard
or
book.
you know, I could set it to
I
you could
think
translate whatever this word is on front,
wait a minute.
and it would be the
But
title.
that leaves the problem.
If they could do it
Leaves
whenever.
the problem of me still being right there.
Well, you can do it on more than just a word. So you can put like a note on it and have the glyph of warding go off whenever the note is removed. You decide what triggers the glyph when you cast the spell. For glyphs inscribed on the surface, most typically include touching or standing on the glyph, removing another object covering the glyph, approaching within a certain distance of the glyph, or manipulating the object on which the glyph is inscribed. So imagine like you put a post-it note on it, someone removes that post-it note, and then they get hit with like a level 7 fireball.
Bam.
That's an idea. But also, are they going to let me leave?
Yeah, they
I
might
turn
want to
these
paw
things
through
over,
it.
and then what?
So the fireball to decide.
And then I die.
I'm sorry, I'm saying that above game.
Yeah, no, I do. Okay, so I believe it can also be set to a particular type of person. So it can be set to someone like not Sylvia, if someone not Sylvia touches it,
You can
and then it could be a single target spell.
Yeah, you can further refine the
But
trigger so
then,
the spell
like,
activates only.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no, I get what you mean about the AoE being very effective.
exactly. So if it's a single target, it might not even be someone important. It might just be a boon.
I mean,
Scholar they have chained up.
I can cast it so it triggers on Starling touching it. I mean, I know who he is. I know. Do I know what Starling looks like? Or I should at least should.
Well,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't be able to store a 7th level fireball.
Try.
yeah, that's true too.
Arslan Fireball?
Mm,
No, the spell.
I don't know.
No.
no, I think that's a art. It's more of a
It's
wizard sorcerer, I think.
It's sorcerer wizard. So cool thing. I already have a sorcerer rolled. In case Louis dies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'm
no.
scared of your backup characters. You keep threatening them with me with them.
No, he's cool.
No, he's
Okay.
cool.
Haha.
What if we program it to detonate after?
I feel like they'll look at it and try to flip through it, finger through it. I don't know. Check the evidence.
I have an idea,
look
but I
through the
don't know if
entire
I'm allowed to suggest it as a DM.
Don't do it.
Through the mom.
Or
Would be the
technically my
expert
mother.
in these things.
Could we program it to go off if Sylvia's not within range?
Well, as soon as he leaves.
Not an option for the spell.
Reading. You can also set conditions for creatures that don't trigger the glyph.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
When you inscribe it, choose explode. Oh,
I mean, that
fuck.
technically would be a condition. Well, not triggering it.
Only under certain circumstances.
Move on. Most common triggers. Approaching with the distance.
I mean, the danger there is if you get out, but you don't manage to get the hostages out.
I mean, here's the thing. It literally just says you decide what triggers it. So I think I think that's just DM rules. Or house rules on that one.
I think I would allow it with the caveat that means once you set this, Sylvia has to carry it around or it will go off. Because it's no longer set by proximity of like someone else touching it. It's like if this is out of range of Sylvia, it just
If it's a 7th level shatter, which I vote shatter because it also does damage to structures. My thought
Yes.
there. What's the range?
Range? 10 feet radius. 10 feet diameter, I think.
That's
Put a
the
summon spell.
Oh, wait a minute. Hiya. 10-foot sphere.
I do not actually have that spell.
Oh no!
Damn.
Sorry,
I mean, I
fucked your
can
spell
teach her.
up.
I can teach her.
No, you cannot because you know it by casting it through music. Well, I guess you could try to make a spell scroll, and then she could copy down a script spell scroll.
Do I know how to
But
do
you
that?
have to make a spell.
That costs money and supplies and takes time.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
have all three of those though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have transcribing. Let's look it up.
Well, she definitely has the materials to copy a spell. I don't know if she has the material, because I mean, she's a rich wizard. Why would she not keep magical paper and ink on hand? But I don't know if she has this supply. I'm gonna rule that she does not. What's up?
So, as described in Xanathar's, for a 2nd level spell, it takes 3 days, only costs 250
Jeez.
gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
How much for a 7th level? Jesus.
How much for
What
a
about
7th
lower
level?
levels?
Yeah.
16 weeks.
Yeah.
Cantrips and level 1 spells only take 1 day.
Oh God, what is it? Rebecca? What's happening with your camera?
What?
Nothing?
Wait, is it not purple for y'all?
No.
Wild. What?
It's literally only. Oh, it's just like your door is like purpley. Oh god, it fixed itself.
Does that sometimes.
It's
Sounds like a
the
connection issue.
demon that lives
On the
in
internet.
the attic that I live in that
Mm,
possesses the electronic Bible.
electronic.
What?
Oh right! Oh god!
Yeah, I'm cursed, guys. Sorry.
So this
Oh,
starts
yeah.
as 3d8 and then 7. So it would basically be 10d8 versus 12d6 for as vis-a-vis damage as well. You know.
1080
Mm-hmm. This
and
is
12
12d6.
72. Yeah.
Oh no wait. Sixth level. So actually it would be 11d6 versus. Am I
So
doing my math?
66.
Wait. This is what spell? This is a second level. I did my shatter math wrong. So 3d8, 4, 5. Wait. This.
I
Okay,
believe in
so
you.
7d8 versus 11d6.
6 first. So fireball would be effective.
Okay, okay, so it's either we can do a lot of damage to the people, or we can do some damage to the people and some damage and like a good chunk of
Well,
damage
to
to
be
the
fair,
property.
fireball would also set things on fire and could
Yeah.
start a fire in their compound, which would theoretically spread more than just breaking walls.
One heat metal.
If the fortress is
I mean, but still, like, no, it can.
It's still got stuff in it. Castles.
Yeah, it's still got
burn.
stuff in it
that's true,
that
they
can
do.
catch.
Wait, have I ever
Shatter
been?
would take more care of like stone. That is correct, and it would also destroy a lot of objects. But fire also
What-
destroys a lot of objects.
What do I know about the typical makeup of buildings?
There
would be.
is a lot of wood. There's some stone involved, but because y'all Brennan Hall is next to a forest, a lot of the architecture is wooden.
Fireball it
Honestly,
is.
yeah, fireball, yeah.
You also have to keep in mind that depending on where this goes off, if something does go wrong, you could catch the city on fire.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
We've done.
Which, is handleable, but probably not before
I mean, there's departments for that, right?
Reds.
There's a fire department.
Per se,
Also, it's like
yeah.
a city of Fae. They've got people who know how to control
Oh, use the
water.
phone book. It's gonna
Yeah.
have a fire department number.
I mean, create water.
Water Fae.
Water Fae.
911.
How do you dial 911 in D&D?
Louis,
E.
there is at least one object you wouldn't want to destroy. That would probably be harmed by either fire or shatter.
Well, my clothes. Everything else is
No.
in the bag of holding. What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Give me a wisdom check.
Are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
give me
what-
a wisdom check.
Just a flat wisdom.
Of one item that might be at risk that you would
Natural
necessarily
20.
want to destroy. Oh shit! Hey, Coco's silky skin is somewhere involved in all this.
Oh. Oh, does he? Pretty sure they would just let him have it. It doesn't do anything. My knowledge.
What? No.
The coat, the fur, sulky
Yeah.
fur. Yes.
It's very important to Selkies.
It's very no, actually, he never takes it off, and he's very protective of it. And I mean, you rolled a natural 20, so
Would they have this? Would they have the silky fur?
well, they absolutely. I mean, if they have Coco, he never takes it off. Like I said.
Well,
So
if we
you're
have
saying
the
that we need to
hostages, though. Yeah, if we've
Yeah.
rescued the hostages, doesn't matter, right?
I mean, as long as the fur is not within the vicinity of the fireball, we should be fine.
They shouldn't be in the vicinity of the fireball, anyways. I think my stipulations are going to be they get out safely.
And then we give you a book.
Yeah, and then we give you the notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Very
even.
important.
It's an even trade.
Yeah, exactly. And then as this exchange is going on and I'm blowing them up, they're releasing my research to the world. Ugh.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. Are you ready to be known around the world?
Fuck no. But what choice do we have?
Your mom gets that gleam in her eye. She's like, "You've written papers under more stress. Let's do this."
Under more stress.
Have we? Have we? Have you? They have Nate. They have your son.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She is going through a whole a whole thing herself as well.
Yeah, no. She's like, I mean, do we count Krakens as papers? No, don't worry about it. No. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, so we on that, and what is everyone else? Well, my mom are nerds, and we talk about blowing shit up.
I'm still wearing an outfit. Can I go?
Yeah.
Wait.
I feel like I would join. Or no, I guess we're not.
Well, we're waiting
I
for
have
Albatross to come back
an
for that.
important question for Sylvia concerning the next 5 days.
Yes.
Are you going to be involved in these scouting missions, or are you gonna hang back and? Well,
I feel like this depends on what the DM will let me get away with.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be times when you can, but you will have the others will have downtime, and if they choose to go into the city during that downtime, then that's you can't be involved in that. Like all of your downtime is consumed. But I will say there are parts that only your mom can work on, and you're kind of left at loose ends just because of the nature of passing it back and forth. And at those points in time, you can like while she's detangling the arcane nature of some of the things or stuff like that.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
I just won't have downtime. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. What am I gonna?
Yeah. And most importantly, I don't want you to have to miss out on flaws of the story. So, okay. So, are you waiting for Albatross to get back, or are you heading into the city?
Wait. When did I send off the designs? Fuck.
A couple days ago, right? Oh no, that was the
no,
last
it would have been
night.
1 day ago.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn it. Okay, so we got time. Louis is now open.
Okay. So
So do
you're
we
waiting
wanna-
for yeah. So you have you don't know exactly when she'll get back. You probably before tonight. It's probably early afternoon now. At this point, creeping into later afternoon. What would you like to do at that time? Sylvia, you are occupied.
I am occupied.
Although your mom does have things she can do if the party does decide to go into the city.
I don't know what we need to go to the city for besides health potions. But I was just gonna save everything as an all together kind of thing.
What do you do around the house? You have
Not break shit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, please don't.
Melissa? Sozak, is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to do.
Okay. All right. So, are you heading into the city just the two of you, or are you grabbing the entire party?
I'll pose it to the entire party, but I have no problem making
Yeah.
two-person thing.
Sylvia, you basically the way this is going to work is you have a certain amount of hours basically that your mom can work on stuff, and you're eventually going to reach the point where she won't have anything to do without you, but you're not at that point yet because you've just started. You are free to
Okay.
leave as long as it's not you know.
Still, like, as important as I feel like scouting mission, I want to time where I am, or like reserve that time for like when Albatross gets back.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
Yeah.
I will stay at the house
Okay, I'll
What
go.
about you, Louis?
and drink lots of espresso.
There's plenty to be had. Your dad has basically he has gone into into caretaker mode as well as your actual housekeeper, but he's definitely he brings paper before your mom even thinks to ask for it.
Of course,
And
he fills the inkwells.
refills the inkwells. She gets a blanket thrown over your shoulder, and you do as well.
A charcuterie board is brought over.
yeah. He's gone full caretaker mode, and
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't have anywhere else to go with that. Don't worry about it. Louis, are you going?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So you can borrow the horses if you would like and get to the city within an hour. You think Albatross will probably be back by nightfall, if you had to guess. So, as you approach the city, are you doing so stealthily or openly with your?
Well, we
Are you
still have
wearing
Knife still?
outfits.
Yes. Okay. So you have your outfits. You are approaching the city from the south. Is there any particular place you are heading, or just
I'm just following Sozak and Melissa's lead, I guess.
I give y'all a map of
Not.
I don't think we have.
yeah. So because this is not the prettiest map.
How dare
That's
you?
okay.
How can I? But this is the basic sort of map of the city. Like I said, really
Nice.
basic.
I like it.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It's my concept art from a while ago. I don't have city block for you.
So it's divided into outside sections. Am I understanding that?
So that is actually Brennan itself. Brennan Hall is on the outskirts of that. And then also among the trees across the river, basically. So like down here. So like, there's more city down here, basically. Oh, I'm not on the right layer. So like, the city is also like around here, if that makes sense.
On this, both in the and on the.
Basically, Brennan Hall is the city that grew up around Brennan. So it's more haphazard and it's not as cleanly divided as Brennan is.
Okay.
I don't have this. Like, there's no. The other thing about Brennan is it's very poorly laid out and in a way that makes it hard to navigate for. Like, it's not. So so what Louis can tell you is that there is basically a boardwalk along this river that is the more sociable side or the more presentable side of Brennan Hall. To the north is where most merchants come in and the most traffic is, and and to the south is basically the slums, and like it's not all shady, but it's pretty shady.
Sounds like the.
Oh yeah.
You want to go right now? Oh fuck.
um
Awesome. I love it.
Okay, cool.
Have fun, guys.
All right.
I said have fun, guys.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
said
wow.
like your phone died or
Don't
something.
die.
What did you write along the river?
I tried to write a river.
Oh.
Looks kind of shitty.
Oh.
Ugh.
Where does we want to be?
Oh. Sounds
Okay.
like our
So as you approach closer and closer to the city, you can see the canopy towering above the buildings in the slums is the central city of Brennan stands atop its sister city, almost entirely apart. You can see even from this distance the Warren's Nest of buildings and narrow streets as you approach. As you approach, it gets colder and colder. And soon the horses are walking across snow as they get closer and closer to the city. Everyone yeah, everyone just roll a Constitution saving throw real quick, just to see how you're doing with the cold. No, not Sylvia.
Oh, saving throw.
Ooh.
Wait, are they within
Awkward.
5 feet of me?
How close are you traveling?
Probably.
Yeah. Say so.
Even worse.
Get advantage.
No,
Oh,
you
God,
get a plus
no.
3.
Oh.
Who rolled twice?
I did because I
Or-
rolled
That
a
was me.
normal. I rolled a flat Constitution, and then I rolled.
Oh,
Constitution.
gotcha. Oh. Oh, the modifier was even this. Wait. Wait, why is your Constitution save lower than your Constitution score?
There's a +1 because of something. I think Jack of all
Oh,
trades.
it's probably wait. The
No,
war part?
that's skill check.
Does Jack of all trades affect Dex? It's I guess
You can add to ability checks.
it doesn't matter.
That doesn't already include your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So is that an ability check?
I don't know. I guess it's an ability check. I always thought it was skill checks. technically that's an ability and not a skill.
Shrug.
So it would apply. But ironically, your save is lower. So Louis, the outfit you have designed for yourself is cold and you're shivering, and there's no mechanical effects so far. But keep in mind that please mark down that you have failed on Constitution save, please.
Okay. Can I use the Cloak of Many Fashions to make a coat or some sort of jacket?
Yeah.
I will immediately do that.
Wrap yourselves, and Scarlet is actually also benefiting from, because I believe they are in the way you described it, not just armor, but like specifically heavy furs over the armor was the kind of costume vibe.
Yeah,
You
she's heavily
also
insulated.
are a little warmer. Andrew, you feel the cold nipping at your fingers, and as you get closer and closer to the city, it almost seems to merge with this biting sensation in your veins, and you feel your fingers going a bit numb as the hunger inside you surges as you get closer and closer to a source of civilization. Though you are also currently okay. Please also mark that you have failed.
Gotcha.
You approach the city, and it doesn't seem to have an organized edge. You see fires burning in most windows, trying to drive off the cold. And Louis, having been a resident of this city before, you know that this has lasted all year, and that
Snow?
No?
Sorry, I'm like zoned out.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
Did you need me to repeat?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so as a resident of this city, you know that this weather has lasted all year, and that it will only change with the shifting of the queens at New Year's time, and that Brennan Hall can get bitingly cold if you aren't prepared for it. Though some areas tend to make more efforts than others to keep the ambient temperature from freezing people to death. However, you also know that the place you are going is one of the worst offenders for not having shelter. The city just seems to kind of start. There's no concrete border wall. It has the feeling of a shanty town as you come up across almost dilapidated wooden shacks, not from lack of use, but from lack of able maintenance. And the streets are narrow and crowded, and in an effort to preserve as much heat as possible, the buildings crowd close together. You see many people walking around, bundled up in furs and what clothing they can. Mostly, as you walk on the fringes of the city, mostly many layers of varied fabric, and maybe not the highest quality, but as much as people can get together, there's scarves and mittens and gloves. Um, and you're
Kinda-
in the city.
Yeah, I kind of look around and just go, so, what are we supposed to be scouting for?
We're mostly looking any place that they could hold hostages without them making noise.
To listen to conversations. Get the people generate. Is there's like things of that nature?
Louis shrugs. Well, I've never been in this part of town, to be honest. So whatever information you need, I most likely do not have it.
Just follow our lead. Ekna.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
Oh wait, question. Are you wearing the really nice getup?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not the area of town that the fancy
Yeah.
you are in fact you and Melissa are getting a couple of looks. This is not the area of town that tends to have fanciful garments.
Our
Can I put my rapier to my side? Wow, this sounds so
yeah,
horrible.
you fiddle with your rapier and you do seem to send make an intimidation check for me actually.
everyone?
No, just
Or
Louis.
just
Oh God, no! I just needed to know.
To know what?
I need them to know that I'm
Your arms. Yeah.
at
You're being
19.
intimidated. Yeah, you send several kids who seem to have been eyeing your coin purse scattering, and you only notice them as they take off down alleyways that twist and turn.
And putting everything of value in the bag of holding.
You have a bag of holding with.
I
Yeah.
should. What?
I think V was commenting that the bag of holding could also just be stolen.
What's
That
on
in
my
itself
That would be
side
awkward.
is literally
That
on
would
my
be
shoulder.
harder. It would be harder to not notice that going missing, but if someone could
Okie
do
dokie
it, it would be a
smoky.
very pocket.
So knowing that we're nicely dressed, do we A, change and hit up a dive bar, or B, up the
Probably. Well, Sylvia knows her ways around the slums, apparently, so we can probably just go to the marketplace for now.
Okay.
Or-
Ritzier
Yeah.
estab Okay, yeah.
I mean, and you do know, like, people are looking at you in a kind of covetous way, but they're not necessarily. They
In
don't
what
seem
way?
to. They want to steal your gold.
will-
But they also don't seem surprised to occasionally get. You can't imagine that it's that unusual for someone fanciful to come down to the slums, though usually there's a lot of hostility in the air, and you don't get the sense that it's with good intention. When
Mm.
someone rich and fancy comes to this
Yeah.
area of the city.
And they get hit with a shatter,
Yeah,
and then they
gotcha.
reconsider.
Okay, so yeah, that sounds like let's move on to some nicer.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
For who?
The group. You can either move out of the city entirely and walk around, which will take longer, or you can try to go through the city and cut straight to the river, which is where things start getting. which would do you like to do?
I mean,
I like option.
oh, just go straight through.
Yeah, I think we can handle our things
Well, the
go
problem
out
with
of
things
whack.
go out of wacky, out of control. Very noticeable, which would be a problem.
Yeah.
So, go around.
We have
That's
plenty of
cool.
time.
Let's,
Okay. So you do walk out of the city, and it does, and basically walk along the outskirts. And as you go, it's a study in contrast, as occasionally you can see pockets of nicer houses just on the edges of, like, occasionally a storefront that looks like it's not terribly shady. Although no area in this part of town is doing well. Louis, you know that some of the best finds are little gems of a neighborhood hidden within the city, just surrounded um, on all sides by poorer neighborhoods, or connected by only a few streets.
Okay, cool.
And
So
it's
Louis
just
does have taste. Like a good old-fashioned hole in the wall.
yeah, and this is a city made of hole in the wall. And eventually, as you travel, do you okay, so both sides have a boardwalk, basically.
Okay.
Louis, you are more familiar with the Western River, as that is where your school was, and is on that river.
Okay.
But however, and you do know it's the nicer of two sides, having drawn traffic from it. It's kind of got the air of a college town within a city. Um, However, the eastern side is also relatively respectable, and people love a river.
Let's
So,
go to. We can probably go to the west side. It'll probably. I'm more used to it, so we can be probably more
yeah.
safer.
That's
Let's do it.
where your merchant friend lives as well. He's probably not done with your commissions, but you could check in if you would be swinging right past him.
Oh wait, I named
Pay
him
him a little
Stitch, right?
visit.
What's that?
Did I name him? I named him Stitch, right?
Oh, you gave him a name? Okay. I re-gave him a name.
Well, it's it's like my famous store, Goods.
What?
I mean, Stitch is a good nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
For a
thinking
tailor.
that.
So.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You know him by Stitch. You know that's not his real name, but like
It's a cute
his real
name.
name.
I'm imagining the little.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got really bored and just got into sewing for some reason.
It's hobby.
Yeah,
It's
you
a new
know what? We all
hobby.
deal with things in different ways. So you walk, and it does take you quite a few hours to walk around the city. You think you've probably um, chewed through a third to half your time making your way. And as you get closer to the river, things do get nicer and more presentable. And especially on the edge of the cities, you hit the river and things take on an air of not necessarily having money, but wanting to act like to put on a presentable front. And there's this, there start to be shops that line the river, and there is the street gets wider with bonfires decorating the way, even during the day, just to keep the ambient heat up as much as possible. And there's a large wooden there's a large it's a boardwalk of like it's almost half it's partially on the river of
Up
like almost
here?
docks. And
Oh.
yeah, but not like sticking out, but more like just a long wooden street lined with shops. And that that's coveted real estate. As you can see boats passing on by, and occasionally making stops. And you see you see people, basically the equivalent of those buses you see that have like the people sitting there and like drinking and like partying, or like those double decker things.
Oh yeah.
It's a party bus.
Or, yeah. You see a couple of equivalent of those, and people take the tour down the river and like make many stops and spend mensch coin. And you get, and it's more crowded here, and you start to stand out less and less as you go further north. It'll get even more, but you just start to see people in fanciful costumes, and someone is in a dress that's almost like it's a tornado that goes from red to, it seems like their face is covered in a mask that is pitch black with stars on it. And you see someone else who seems to have taken the direction of dressing like the moon with fanciful yellows and whites.
No.
And you see
We're out of season. Horrible.
no.
It's
you
awful.
see more fire than anything else, and people trying to match the brightness. A theme of light in the darkness seems to
Okay.
persuade this season's fashion. And so you see several different takes on that.
All right, Louis gonna be writing down notes as he's walking through.
Absolutely, there's been many a time that you can just look outside you could have looked outside your apartment door and get struck with inspiration from the fanciful people walking by. And certainly going down the boardwalk when you had a particularly difficult class assignment was always a good idea. So here you are at the boardwalk. You no longer stand out as much, though you know to still guard your purse. Kids still run around, although these seem less to have less of an edge of desperation to them, and you hear actual laughter and chatter among the crowds. Many people are walking around with finger food and faces full of sugar and other sweet treats. As well as you see several tables set out that don't encroach too much on the boardwalk, but they're very much, have people eating them there in presence. People huddle around communal bonfires, warming up before they brave back into the cold. And the snow has been moved to the side so as to not impede traffic. Actually, it definitely took half your time because y'all had to move through the fucking snow. Here.
Sorry.
Hold up, breathe, live.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right,
I'm
cool.
okay. That's when I cut my throat.
And but it definitely takes on. You see a couple like snowmen done up. Some clearly done just on a whim, and some done up in like promotional material, like wearing come eat here. We have the best, come get your,
Falafel.
what's that?
Best falafel.
Falafel, yeah.
Yeah. Do they have? Are there any poutine places?
What is poutine? But sure.
Oh my god.
French fries
It's
with gravy.
Gravy and cheese, I think.
Yeah,
I don't like
you
gravy.
I never had a
spot,
that's
falafel.
fair.
you spot several people eating poutine in a store that seems to have like a small line compared to the a little bit longer compared to some of its neighbors with its warm hot food.
And kind of hungry
When
now.
you said finger food, my brain immediately went to fries covered with gravy for some reason.
Yeah, what's
Last
that?
time I had them was like
Understandable.
6
What poutine?
What was that, Melissa?
That's under-
Oh
Oh. Sorry about that.
no, you're fine. It would have been worse if she like described the food.
Yeah, there's definitely boardwalk food, but so what are you all doing?
We kind of wants to get lunch now.
Very easy.
Is it
Um,
more like dinner time?
I don't know.
Uh,
Depends on
Or
what day
yeah,
it is.
in IRL or like in
Yeah, in the game. In the game.
In the
okay,
game.
in game. Yeah, it's starting to get late. It's not dark yet. You think you have like with how long it took you to get through the snow, you have probably it's probably around 5 o'clock, maybe somewhere like that. And you have
Okay.
an hour or so before you should probably head back, especially considering how long it does take you to get back if you want to be there at the same time that you suspect Albatross will.
Yeah, let's stop at a stand.
All right, yeah.
Okay. There is plenty to choose from, all the way from funnel cake. The hot chocolate stand seems to be doing very well, and seems to have had a very good year. Although Louis, you know that occasionally stands like that switch out with the season.
I would have.
You see
I'll probably take them somewhere.
popcorn and there's also real food as well that can be had if you want to take one of the sit down places.
Am I able to make some kind of like perception check or
What are
something
you
to
looking
see?
for?
Mainly if anybody's following us.
All right, make a perception check.
I know we traveled for a while. Yeah, soft 20.
Okay. Let me check my notes real quick. I know it's not exactly what you want to hear. It is.
Oh no, we left our monk. We left our eyes at home. Fuck.
Yeah.
I hate whenever that happens.
Okay, so 20 rolled for Sozak. Louis, right? You changed.
Yeah.
And then a 20 was also rolled for Melissa. So let's see if you were noticed and recognized despite your disguise efforts.
Oh no.
Okay. Whoop.
Oh no. Now it's invalid and it's a natural 1.
Okay. You don't see anyone following you, although you do see you see the occasional person. You spot a younger a younger man who seems to not necessarily paying attention to you, but you do spot someone pickpocketing as he brushes past.
Not my business.
Makes his way through the crowd. Yeah,
It's none of my
he doesn't,
business.
he doesn't seem to be headed directly at you, so you think that now that you've spotted him, especially, you can avoid him.
Okay, if we make any kind of eye contact, I'm gonna nod at him, and then just like turn around.
I mean, do you make a special? He's not looking at you in particular, unless you want to make some like grab at his attention.
Oh wait, I forgot. I'm a bard. I'm gonna cast a message on him.
Okay.
All right.
What do you say?
Oh, fuck. Sorry, go.
I just want to fuck with him for real quick.
You.
I'm just gonna say, wait. If I'm a changeling and I can change my voice, can I change my voice through spells?
I'm gonna say no, unless you're like, oh well, make a performance check. But it's the way that you would normally change your voice, which is trying to fake an accent or something like that. In the sense that with message, you're not so much necessarily even relying on physical vocal cords.
Actually, I think I do. I whisper something. I have to whisper.
All right.
Hiya.
Yeah, I'll let you get away with it. Still make a performance check for whatever you're trying to do.
26.
All right, yeah. You change your voice to be completely unrecognizable to yourself. What do you say?
Like, hey, I saw that. And look, I understand. Times are hard now. But you know, there's other hobbies. Like sewing.
Work for me, young child.
You just get
Sorry.
a reply back of just mind your business.
I'm gonna. Oh my god. I want to call him out.
He does make a quick glance around and then seems to he was walking at like a more sedate pace. He does seem to pick up the speed. He doesn't obviously glance over his shoulder, but you're looking at him, so you catch him searching faces as
Searching
he quickly starts
faces?
to walk away. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
looking who's looking at him. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
What's
Almost got an employee.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
he doesn't seem to spot you and your casting, but he is quickly moving away and disappears into the crowd. Yeah, he disappears into the crowd.
Part of me should have called him
Later.
out, but whatever. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep moving.
Like, I'm gone now.
Cast shatter on the boy.
I mean, no, I have suggestion.
Just this random pickpocket man. You don't know his life. You don't know his story.
Yeah, but like, it's so hard to say, hey, quit stealing and come work for me or something.
I mean, that's
work for you.
What?
the best pitch you've ever made.
I've made work. Yes, I didn't know what to say to him. I just wanted to fuck with him, but I didn't know.
Well, you accomplished that. He's moved on, as far as you can tell.
I've accomplished nothing, but did everything, and I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's D&D. Yeah. So you acquire some food of your choice.
Yeah.
It costs like a couple silver pieces.
I take them to a nice scone place.
What's that?
I take them to a nice scone place.
Yeah.
Ooh,
cool. It's warm and delicious in your hands, and it's you can feel it warming you up from the inside against the chilly air. So Zach, as you walk around more and more people, you get almost like a pulsing in your head, and this piercing headache. And you can't help but look around, and whenever you glance at shadows, you see the menacing shapes of teeth and claws, and just for a second, that familiar, almost there but can't be seen sense of menace. Go ahead and take 5 points of psychic damage.
Ouch.
It's the
Okay.
hunger gnaws at you.
So Zach lets out a groan, and you can see him visibly shivering more intense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of pull my horse to the side of him and see if I can put my coat on him.
Oh, it's I hold up a hand and I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. I won't help.
Do you need to go to a insert hospital here? I don't.
You could just say doctor.
You need to go to a
Apothecary?
cleric.
Cleric
Hmm.
is-
Motherfucker
Like-
needs.
You know, remove curse probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think it would work, but you know.
I mean, we can at least have
Try.
someone of religious profession take a look at you, or some kind of medical profession. You're not looking too hot. DM, do I know anywhere that could service him?
Yeah. You usually went to the campus doctor if there was need. Oh no, F. Do we still have you? What's up?
It just kicked me out for a couple seconds.
Oh wow, I didn't even blip on our end as far as I'm aware.
Oh, weird. Ugh.
Did you miss anything?
Oh, yeah, I think I had asked just would I know what a cleric
I mean,
or
they
am I
might.
beyond help?
You, it's hard to tell. You you only have so much experience as what you have. This isn't something that's like common magical knowledge. It's clerics can help with things like this. If it'll help you or not,
Bless
who
you.
knows?
Yeah.
You do get the sense of one thing that will help. This is innate sense of
I think.
eat or be eaten.
Yeah. Do I spot any like rats or?
Yeah, the city.
Ooh,
Make a perception check.
okay. Go.
I'm trying so hard not
What
to
I
die
must
laughing.
do. 17.
Yeah, you see, it's not out in the open because the boardwalk does like to keep clean and presentable, but it's still outside and a place of people with a lot of food. And you see like a trash can, with what looks like a raccoon, digging into it in the sides.
All I heard was "oh," and she just made that.
Is anybody watching me?
I think your friends
Oh.
are.
Yeah.
I want to do this kind of discreetly.
All right.
I mean,
You can chow down on a raccoon and scream.
I am.
They're
I
kind
am.
of big
I
and also carry rage.
I.
fair.
I am definitely
I,
going
But
to
I'm not
contest
there.
this.
I blast the raccoon with Eldritch.
Make an attack roll.
All right.
Are you
Die. 22.
yeah, what are you doing with the extra bolt?
Oh shit!
Oh, I guess I'll launch both into the raccoon.
Okay, roll another attack roll because these happen at
Ugh.
once.
How many? Oh,
Oh, okay, good. This.
I'm pretty sure I can't see him. I'm pretty sure I
this
can see him.
raccoon is now people are looking at you
Oh
because
God.
you launch a magical
Oh.
sphere of darkness at this trash can, and the raccoon is immediately dead. And you also knock over the entire trash can and spill it onto its contents onto the floor along with this poor raccoon.
I call
Um,
out, apologies, apologies. I'm a sanitation worker. We don't take kindly to raccoons.
What
I
the fuck?
I immediately
please
try to say,
don't
oh wait, can I say? Oh wait, I want to save
say-
him.
you could say something.
Oh, I
Oh, nice.
I just cast prestidigitation on the raccoon gore. That's nice.
Oh, make a deception check with advantage. I don't know if that deserves advantage, but I'm gonna give it to you.
He claimed it.
Dude,
Um.
do you not know what stealthy means?
I want to do it stealthily. Aha!
Okay. Yeah, people seem to murmur and back away a bit, or seem to murmur and like, you think you convinced them, or at least you convinced them that they don't want to deal with this.
Gotcha.
Alright, I think
And,
so.
and
I think it's time to go home. I
That,
think it's time to leave.
yes, apologies. I'm not feeling great, guys. This might have turned out to be a bust. Many apologies.
Uh,
Do you eat the raccoon?
Yeah, I start taking chunks of the raccoon and eating it.
no. Can I stop him? How do I stop him?
how do you stop him? How
fuck
do you
it.
stop your
I
friend
cast
from
sug-
going-
I cast suggestion on him.
I will point out, as far as you know, until he's actually going over to pick up the raccoon, it's not very clear what he's doing.
The moment he even goes near the raccoon, I'm casting it.
Okay.
I will burn. The fuck? Okay, so yeah. You suggest a course of activity, i.e., get on the horse and go to Sylvia's house. You must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
All right.
make that for
I
me,
must
please.
warn you, my wisdom saving throws are pretty good.
Hey,
No!
Was that enough?
That just meets.
Meets
it,
it.
beats it.
Meets
Yeah.
it. Yeah, alright.
All
So
right.
Louis, you try to dissuade your companion. But the hunger, you seem to run into your magic doesn't seem to take hold as you get a sense of cold, murky darkness. And Andrew, Sozak feels this. You have other concerns that are at the fore of your mind right now. But the minute when you take a bite of the raccoon, you get this deep sense of dissatisfaction. And
As one would whenever they take a bite of raccoon.
you take 3 more points of psychic damage.
Oh,
as you
jeez.
Can I look at Melissa like do something?
Alright, we gotta get this fucker out of here.
Grab him or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab him by his collar.
And you get the sense
Rough him
of
like a bad
that
dog.
this is not
Bad
a
dog.
physical hunger that you need to feed. That this is that this was not only too small a morsel, but too quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
roll, or I'm gonna grab him by the collar.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Okay.
Sylvia's at home with her mom, and there's a glass of wine while they're working on the paper, and
Yeah.
like eating nice fancy.
And then it just hard cuts to some guy eating raccoons.
And I just realized something. Sozak has more or less become Rorschach from Watchmen.
I I've not read that, but
See,
okay.
I made the Renfield reference. Has
Uh-huh.
anyone read the book Dracula?
I have
No,
not
I
read the.
haven't.
I
I
have not
started
read the
it a
Wow.
book
long time
Dracula.
ago.
Well,
But never
Renfield
finished it.
is like a Dracula's like thrall, and was essentially his first like kind of, and then he goes crazy, and he's like espousing all these things about vampires, and in the movie at least they show him in the like insane asylum and he lies.
Oh no! Ew.
Ooh.
I'm still heavily
Um,
concerned about what is transpiring.
make a
Done.
no, make a intelligence check for me.
Oh God,
Okay.
we use those.
Ooh.
You know, it's not that one.
Yeah, true. It's not a
Um,
disadvantage.
From the sense that you not only get of the sensations you have, but like also the knowledge of your dreams, you know it's not about even the hunt or the actual catching of prey or a physical sensation of being. These things, you've talked extensively about it with your group before, these things need fear. And
Mm,
instantly killing a raccoon is just not gonna do it.
gotcha.
This is so fucked up.
This is taking quite a turn.
Uh,
Um,
so
but
Melissa,
yeah. So Melissa, you grab Dozak by the collar.
Yeah.
Do you resist Dozak actually?
No,
You try
I'm
to
too
dodge.
absorbed in the of
what are
Wait,
you
do you continue eating it?
What?
No, I guess not. There's no need
I
to.
mean, you can, but
I throw the raccoon carcass in the garbage. And
you knocked over.
You pick up the fucking
Sorry.
garbage.
can I write up the garbage?
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if Melissa doesn't,
I'm gonna pick him up by the collar. I'm gonna throw him over the horse. Not even like to sit on it, but to just lay on its back. And then you get on my horse and take the reins of his horse and ride them alongside each other.
I do. Man, I don't know what to do here.
I don't resist. Go along with it.
Good. As we leave, I'm just gonna keep watch of anybody following us, like guards.
Make a perception check. You see many eyes on you. There's
I'm not surprised.
this man just ate a raccoon, killed a raccoon, tipped over a garbage can. Yeah, it's hard to tell if anyone is particularly following you. You don't spot anyone guards, though you know from experience that if you do too much weird shit in the public space of the boardwalk, you will get kicked out.
Don't worry, guys. It's fine.
It's a little. It's just a little bit of. It's just a little bit of math. A little bit.
Just a little bit. He's having too much fun.
It's
We're
his
gonna
first
let him
time.
go. Take him home and leave it off.
This is our first time in Brennan Hall. We're trying to have a good time.
Yeah. And you see a lot of eyes on you, especially after. Then picked him up and threw him on a horse. Though at least this is at least this is more less unusual than eating a rat. Still, nevertheless, you see people passing by that are like, "What the fuck?" Zach, do you say anything?
I'm just
While you're
kind of mumbling. Deepest
covered in
apologies.
wreck.
I spit out what little what remains of the wreck.
Ew. 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 This is horrible. What the fuck?
Alright, you still have, a good half hour before you need to go back.
No.
Okay,
This
alright.
mission is a bust.
No.
Oh no. I'm
Thank
sorry, guys. I wasted our time.
thank God we weren't in the slums when you decided has to pop off like that.
Honestly, would that be? I feel like
It
it would
would
have been a
stand
little
out less.
more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these
True.
people
Just
come up
thinking
here
about
in
that.
these nice rags, and then one of them is just eating a fucking
You know
rat.
what? Hey, you know what? It's probably not the weirdest thing someone has done down there. But yeah, you head out. Some of you having had a nice meal. Make another Constitution save for me as you leave the city and for like having.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Andrew, the cold nods at you, but the darkness nods at you more.
Oof.
Louis?
Oh wait, I'm wearing a coat. Do I get advantage or no?
No, but it lowers the DC.
Oh, Constitution, hiya. 13. Near Melissa,
Yeah.
so it's 16.
The
Uh-oh. Hello?
Everyone there?
Catch up in a second.
Oh no,
Becca
Becca
froze.
froze.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, catch
gotcha.
up in a
yeah, the have
There you go.
Oh god.
why do I see y'all keep moving and I freeze? What is this? This is very unfair. Yeah, you the wind starts to bite at you, but your coat seems to protect you a certain amount as you start to make your way back out of the city. Mel, where's that
Yeah.
check? Where's that
Which
save,
check?
actually?
Sorry.
Constitution saving throw.
Another one?
Another one.
Eh?
I mean, we all did
The other
one.
two have already rolled it.
Oh.
Oh. I'm in armor though.
Yeah, and despite the coat, the cold has started to sink through to your armor, which is metal. And
That's okay though, because we're getting out.
yeah, luckily you did not fail your save before, and this is only your first brush with the cold. And even though you do start to shiver and your teeth chatter a little bit, you are able to brush it off, especially with your most inner fiery nature. And you head out of the city, and it's a long walk back home. But luckily, as soon as you pass the edge of the city, it's only about 10 minutes before the temperature has gone back to the normal autumnal, kind of chilly but nowhere near freezing temperatures of Brennan Hall.
Okay, cool. Okay. Can I make one more perception check as we leave the city?
Yeah. What are you looking for? People following you?
Yep. Oh, it's an 11.
You do not see anyone following you, although you do see several urchins running around, but no one seems to have particular eyes on you.
Okay.
Phew. I kind of botched that one for us. Sorry, guys.
Okay, I think this requires
Poor
more than just an
raccoon.
I'm sorry. I think this requires an explanation.
What?
Well,
So Zach, as you leave the city and the center of people, the darkness does seem to subside a little bit with a grumbling. But there's a grumbling anger as it seems to subsist as soon as you aren't around a bevy of people anymore.
I explained to what appears the longer I spend bloodthirsty
Humans or people? I think there's a difference.
people,
Ah,
true.
okay.
sentient. This has to do. I saw shadows of.
Are you sure we don't need a cleric? Or
That might not be a bad
Melissa?
idea.
Can-
Honestly,
It's
or if we could consult somebody.
I immediately just like look at Melissa.
Yeah, I have some holy knowledge. What's up?
Melissa, help!
What-
There's some kind of otherworldly being that I think still fear in others.
Oh,
Do you have anything that can help me, Doc? Please, I'm begging you.
yeah.
Just what the doctor
I
ordered.
guess. Give me a religion check.
I mean, given that we've already had this discussion. at
Yeah,
least
I mean,
in
you know what?
some
You can also just try to look through your spells yourself as well.
I mean, I thought this would just give us like more detail on what.
Uh, Melissa, remind me what level of spells you can cast.
Up level.
Okay.
Yep. Half cast.
Thank
Bless you.
Bless
You
ya.
think
you.
this might be a little bit out of your reach, although you could try a lesser restoration.
Or detect.
no.
I could protection from. Good.
That might also work.
I think
Yeah,
that
you have
protects
to-
him from damage.
Well, he's taking psychic damage.
Well, that's true.
I think
I-
evil and good is specifically necrotic and right?
No, it's certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, undead.
From what you know, so far about these creatures so far, like they're not exactly this, but they have read closest to aberration when dealing with these fear
Mhm.
angels. They are something from beyond the material plane and its sister
I
planes.
can help you if you're blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Are you charmed?
right now?
Ah, damn. Unlucky.
I mean, are you
Damn,
under
these
some sort
very
of?
specific paladin spells.
Yeah.
I mean, are you
I
technically
can
under
marry
some?
you.
What?
What would you recommend for a great gnawing hunger?
Eating. No.
I mean, marriage sounds like the thing.
I do feel I do feel like I have some experience with this a little bit. I do think that if we could go to a Temple of Sarenrae, probably help. There probably is one in this big town. Like if you look at this draft, it's probably in the green on the right.
Do I know of any churches in this in the city? Or do I know like the church area?
History check for me.
The history?
Can I make a religion check to see if I noticed one while I was out?
That would be a perception.
16.
Go for it.
No, whenever I'm out, the holiness
The whole
calls to me, and I look to my left. Boom, a church, and I would never forget that. But okay, I'll make a perception check. Great perception.
Oh.
I like the one that isn't even a natural like one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see now why you were arguing for religion.
Holy moly.
Oh, Scarlett, you didn't, or yeah, you didn't see anything. But Louis, yeah, okay. So Temples of Saren, right? Like you didn't make a point to go to those, but you know they exist around Brennan Hall. Mostly, Saren Ray actually tends to be one of the temples that there's several in the slums that you know of that are like charity organizations. She tends to be one of the goddesses at the forefront of like healing people from fast burn or providing food where they can. There's also a couple, you know, there's temples scattered all throughout the city, and you could probably find a temple for any god if you wanted.
I mean, do we want to go back into the city
I was
to?
like,
Oh,
No, I didn't. I just stopped talking. I don't think you've been to one in particular. Just, I don't think you would have had reason to sort it out. But you could.
if anything, I would have
you
said something like snarky to mention my parents. So can you redeem my parents and then just keep walking?
Yeah. You've definitely walked past people with flyers before, but you never paid attention to, you know.
Who
And,
needs God when you have money?
I love it.
You say in a world where gods literally give you magic powers. All right. No, it's fine.
No,
Okay.
my music gives me magic powers.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone here who casts magic is because of a god, except for me.
they aren't gods yet.
Oh my! Both of your deities are demigods.
No, Sarah
No.
is a full-on goddess, but the darkness is not a god; it's an eldritch abomination. Sort
Yeah.
of deal.
If you
Which
worship it enough, I'm sure it'll act like
much
a god.
powerful than a god. Who knows? They've never had a knockdown, drag out fight as first. Yeah. But yeah. So you think your best bet would probably be in the slums or the back half, closer to the inner rim of Brennan Hall and away from the boardwalk. That's not necessarily slums, but it's more
See,
like
I could have told you.
yeah, yeah. But you didn't spot one.
Look, just because my eyes don't work, you know where my goddess likes to put her churches.
D&D
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't
the other
provide
factor
glasses.
is you did walk around the city, and there wasn't any. You didn't see any churches on the edges of the city. You did not walk through the slum. You would have had the best chances. Yeah. Do you turn back around, or do you keep going?
No. Wait.
We could always
Fine.
leave this, solve it tomorrow.
I mean, are you
Sure.
gonna
Head back to
kill?
meet
Are
up
you
with
gonna
Are
us.
you
eat
gonna fucking
us?
eat any raccoon? Don't eat any of Sylvia's pets. I swear to God.
Pinky promise.
I won't be able to stop her from killing you. If you do eat the spider, at least, come on, do me a favor.
I can.
But I
eat-
can't sneak one jackalope.
If
One
oh my
spider, and that's it. It can turn invisible, so we'll just pretend that he's turned invisible for a long time.
God. Oh no! He's just sleeping invisibly. This
We
is so
swear.
horrible.
Oh god, these poor pets.
No, just don't eat anyone. If you think you're gonna eat someone, get me and we'll go to the temple immediately. Don't eat a pet.
Yes, of course, of course. You have my word. Yeah, we'll head back then to meet up with Alpha.
So you make your way back. Sylvia, roll me an intelligence check.
I get advantage. My mother.
I thought you were smart.
I am, but it's like
Harsh.
that's why. Motherfuck.
Wow, holy moly.
I'm gonna say unfortunately no, because she is working. It's she's also making her own intelligence check separately. Unless you would rather have her directly help you instead. But she has her own work that she is also trying to work in concurrent with you, basically.
Eh,
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. You try to focus on work, but it everyone else is gone, and your mother, he loses focus for a bit in the kindest way possible. To put that, she she's in the middle of working, and Sulu comes up and puts his head on her lap, and something just seems to crack, and she breaks down crying.
Oh.
so we actually got wine drunk together.
Yeah.
Is what happened.
Yeah. And that's I mean, that's up to you, but that could possibly set you off. And
Oh yeah.
at the very least, it's very hard to get work done while your mother is having a breakdown. And
We're definitely both having a breakdown, and then my dad's just like trying to refill the wine.
yeah, he pulls you gently away, and he brings you in front of the fire, and he puts cats in your lap, and many hugs are had, and just not a lot of talking is accomplished, but there's a sense of comfort and solidarity and catharsis.
Everyone walks in, and Sozak is covered in blood.
Well, I have
What's
some
about to
explaining to
happen?
do.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
how was the trip? So it's like ate a fucking raccoon.
Your mother has pulled herself a little bit together at this point, although she hasn't fully retreated behind the ice walls of focus and repression.
What did my mom roll?
A 3.
Happens.
I figured with that and the natural one, no work was getting done.
No, just beers and wine.
Yeah.
Probably
happens some
hot
days.
chocolate after all the wine.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's your dad and what's your housekeeper's name?
I know, I was trying to remember her name too.
I've got it in a doc. Hold on.
I believe in you.
I feel like I have it pinned.
Uh,
I feel like it starts with an L.
yeah, I think you're right.
Lorena.
Lorena, yeah, Lorena has definitely made like the comfort food that she makes when one
Yeah, I
of
was
y'all is
about to say,
sick.
like, she makes shepherd's pie.
Yeah, it's
Aw, very cute, very fun.
it's that oh shit man kind of day. But I mean, it you do get the sense from your mother that it was helpful to actually let her emotions overtake her for an hour or two. So maybe something good came of it in spite of no work being.
Yay.
Yeah, it sure has.
At one point,
And
I step on the glass from the champagne bottle that I threw at the wall, and I just, like, lose
yeah.
it again.
Oh. Yeah, you are shepherded away, and the glass is cleaned up, and there's another round of tears as this time
Oh,
your father is also set off a little bit, though he ironically keeps his composure a little bit more in this state. He's good at dealing with sadness and emotional upheaval, and also that he tends to focus more on others what they need from him. But there's definitely a sense of loss and fear in this house.
Wait,
Um,
also, Above game, I thought monks at your level like have the choice of getting drunk.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not
I'm not
yet,
immune
yeah.
to poison yet. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Soon, but not quite.
Yeah.
Getting
Uh,
there.
One day.
One day you can not become wine drunk.
As you.
That.
I think it's definitely a choice to let poisons happen or not for monks at least. Like for others I would rule differently, but because monks is like sheer control of your body, then yeah, you can let that slide if you wanted to.
It's super funny.
Um,
You're just like crying drunk, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, and you're just normal.
Very useful if a fight suddenly breaks out. Just saying. Only one who can dodge a hangover too. Yeah. You know, the pets. A lot of pets kind of swarm around you. Your dad goes and gets a couple bunnies and puts them on everybody's laps. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Grabs a
like,
shit
There's a
ton of
point where
animals.
like
Are you comfortable?
swaddled in blankets and
oh yeah.
a robe. Yeah, cause I mean, I imagine I changed into like pajamas
Oh yeah. There was like, you know.
after everyone left. 'Cause I was like, I am getting out of this ridiculous get up.
Oh yeah.
No offense, Louie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you heard the clown.
I'm not there.
Yeah. You changed into PJs, and your mom didn't slip into PJs, so she definitely slipped into like one of her like more comfortable house rooms.
Loungewear.
Loungewear, that's a good word for it. And yeah, you are swaddled in many blankets and have hot cocoa and the leftovers of a shepherd's pie at your side, and this is yes.
My mom and I are actually sharing the chair.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so awkward when we walk in.
Every so often, your dad just piles more blankets on top.
Like no,
Stokes the fire.
he periodically like puts on a blanket and then like some animals and then like rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it's blanket, animal, blanket, another animal, and then just you got like 3 rabbits. You got 3 jackalopes on your lap at this point, and then a cat, and the snakes have all come in, and Zulu is over in the corner looking mournful.
And Sully is
Or
warming
Sully,
our
yeah.
feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Even you see Annabelle get her by the window and get her away, but like definitely seems like a couple of the outdoor pets seem to come check. And it's this tableau that the rest of you walk in on.
Okay, so we walk in on the scene.
Yeah.
Like, why are you covered in blood? What
I
the
let
fuck
out
happened?
nervous laughter, nervous laughter.
Louis
Oh.
walks in.
There was a little situation. I had to dark forces, so I did so with a raccoon.
You know, I'm thinking.
Silence.
What if we just keep all the animals out of Sozak's room?
It was.
Unrelated, but
I mean, I don't think he can eat a desk.
Dad, where'd the wine go?
I mean, where's Sylvia? All I see is this animal is in blankets.
Yeah. She's got another bunny on like her shoulder. And one is sitting on like on a crook of like almost half like is like almost standing half on top of your mom's head, but it's mostly on her like on her neck and shoulder. Seems to be eating her hair.
I add it to notes when I notice it next time.
Starts licking your finger, or like doing the little nibble thing.
Yeah.
So, how did the paper
On my
go?
list of priorities, I think Sozak eating a raccoon.
Real low down.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening. Some things we are willing to deal with. We will deal with this later. How is the paper going?
Like a glass of wine.
Yes, please. I will gladly take. I will take the wine and ignore the question.
Wait, you asked her a question.
I like yeah. Now it's disregarded.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll go to like a wash station.
Yeah, he's easily enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's had a little bit time to set, but you know, it's fine. You'll get it out.
Yeah.
Doesn't Louis have prestidigitation?
Yeah.
Sure does.
Okay. Just checking.
The entire time.
Do
I don't change cantrips.
y'all mind if I call for like a 5-minute break because I am starving and I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
it's
grab a
9
snack?
o'clock. We could also just end.
I mean, what else do we still have to do?
I was gonna have Albatross come in.
I mean,
okay, we can do that and I'll finish up. But
Okay.
okay.
I mean, we can finish up real quickly and then
Yeah, and then I also.
But I mean, like the Albatross scene, I don't think it's gonna be like she has information, but it can wait till next time if y'all want to end.
I'm good with whatever.
I'm happy either way.
You have to make a decision, Becca.
I mean, my decision was give me a 5-minute break. I'll go scarf down a corn dog and I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. That.
I
we
will
can do
see you at 9:16.
Yeah.
I'm counting.
Somebody else keep the chat entertained. I'm leaving.
Oh no.
Don't you have a be right back screen?
He's
Okay.
gone.
He's gone.
God.
It's fine.
Oh no.
See ya.
Let me.
I start singing and dancing, like I was gonna grab a cat.
Squish
Anyways.
that cat.
Ugh. Fuck this shit. Stop win. Just operate. Like.
Oh yeah,
Void.
she's just like a void.
Yep.
A furry void. Oof.
Also projectile.
Ew.
And then I'm pretty. I think that's energy.
So, let's play a game. What is your character's favorite other than
Shepherd's
raccoon?
pie.
Go.
Other than raccoon.
I feel like Melissa's would be a spicy hot.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's so Zach. Walking? Come on. Lighting up.
Oh, Zach. Andrew, this is failing.
What's happening?
Oh
There he goes.
no. Okay, well, what is Sylvia's favorite food?
Shepherd's pie.
That Andrew, what's Sozak's favorite food?
Is he back?
Poutine.
Oh my
yeah, that
God.
makes sense. What is Sylvia's favorite outfit?
Her trousers and her shirt and
Yeah.
boots.
I
That's
feel
all I
like
got.
if Melissa modern day, wear a hoodie.
Yeah, no, Sylvia would be in like cargo pants and what's it called?
Welcome back.
What are the shoes? Chacos. Like a tank top. She'd dress like Lara Croft, but without the tits.
They're
Like
not,
like
pixel-
mod
they're
like
not
like
sharp.
like the newest rendition of Lara Croft.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh
Yeah.
hey!
Dinner
It's
wasn't
9:16!
I said, didn't I?
Holy shit!
You doubted me.
What did you get to eat?
Corn dog. Corn dog.
A
Dinner wasn't
I
really-
did
singular
get
corn dog.
Yeah, I mean, that'll tide me over to like another like real dinner or something. I did get distracted getting a little lizard from my two twins.
Oh no!
It was fun. I just put him outside. They
It
were
was
definitely
probably a-
bullying him, but in a normal
It was
way.
Oh, was it green?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Poor buddy.
Yeah, it was one of those
Dude,
little ones.
how do I
that was-
fight this thing?
He's probably still gonna die
me.
because it's cold as shit.
No, he came inside looking for safety, but there was no safety to be had. Both my twins were like on either side of him.
Oh no, buddy!
Which is not a good plan. We're close to be.
Hey, who?
A little
Lizard.
lizard.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
It's fine. It's over with. Done. All right.
Okay then.
Shall we continue?
Shell.
Okay. Half a corn dog in me. Let's go. So as soon as Sozak finishes walking up, when
Word.
Sozak finishes washing up, you hear the door quietly open and close. With almost like a deliberate sense of, not stealthing. And you see Iljana. And
I have knocking.
I mean, it's not my
Mhm.
house.
I guess, but I didn't necessarily want to stay out there longer than I had to.
No, that's actually.
Oh shit! Who has what else?
That's my what?
No, never mind. It's fine.
Oh, wait, no, what was that?
What's everyone's passive perception?
It's wrong on my roll 20 sheet. So give me a
You
second.
don't get to roll.
I know, but
13.
it's still wrong on my roll 20 sheet.
13.
Oh.
My passive perception is 21. No, that's not. Yeah, that's right. 21.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Wild.
9.
I
So
was
back.
12.
got out the
Yeah, okay.
highest.
I'm
Damn.
good. I didn't fuck up.
I'm sorry. So we do notice her, right?
Yeah, she's not stealthing, but she didn't stay outside not stealthing.
Okay. Oh.
Um,
So
so do you want to hear my news or not?
I mean, yes. What did you find?
Please tell me of something good. Did she leave before we found out that my brother was actually kidnapped?
Yes. Or she left
Yeah.
after. She left right before.
So we have some news actually for you. Um,
That doesn't sound
so
promising.
no, it's bad. Bad. Everything is bad.
I've been drinking.
Fuck off. I just offered you a glass of wine. What do you think?
Oh, I didn't know you were, drunk.
Not drunk. It'll, how like after you have a couple of
Can I
glasses
use
of
lay
wine.
on hands and get
No.
healer poison?
That's literally lesser. I thought that was lesser restoration.
No, lay on
Paladin can
hands
do
does
it.
it too.
Wow.
Paladin thing is nice.
So weird.
Wow, a paladin can just be a
know-
buzzkill like that?
That doesn't make anything better. It's still all bad. They actually do have my brother. It was actually a assassin, one that we talked about before, posing as him, and she was going to kill my entire family, but apparently decided not to because buddy with Mel over
Whoa,
here.
whoa, buddy. Okay, look, it is a complicated history, but buddy is not what I would describe it as.
Anyways, election aside, uh, so my mother and I have come up with a plan to a set of notes, a warning to set off fireball as soon as I am out of the and we have risked hostages, which my brother and Dex, and going to publish my research at the same time that I am exchanged, and that way they have no leverage. But we didn't with that today. Got with wine and crying. So, do you have good
It
news?
happens.
Oh, and Sozak ate a raccoon.
I didn't
I give
think we
kind
had
of
to
an
talk
awkward
about
hello.
that part.
We will be talking about that later too.
she the physical embodiment of okay, so we don't have time to unpack all of that. But she's like, I do have news, though I did not discover as much as I would have liked. I do know there was talk. I was able to sneak into HQ and listen for a little bit. They have not changed the locks yet, as it were. Although, of course, the way things work.
No.
The way things work in HQ, sorry, sometimes I just freeze to think. It's not Discord, it's just me.
Well, also, okay, fair.
What?
It's a lot to think about.
It was lighting up, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, no, I think it's just doing that from like ambient. Maybe that'll help. The way the Claw's headquarters works is that the higher up or lower down you go, the closer to the middle you are, the more security clearance you need. I have access to about 4 levels, but beyond that, I didn't want to risk tampering with unknown traps or trying to sneak further. as things get more vicious the closer to the center. Yet I did learn that they are keeping. I was wondering because hostages was used in plural. So one mystery solved. I'm so sorry. I did learn that they are being kept in the center, in anti-divination orders, and I'm not sure what other defenses there are, but they are the highest security prisons I have. We don't need to keep you there long term, as far as I'm aware.
What do you mean by not long term?
I mean, if they were planning to not trade them and were planning to keep them for months and months, they would not be. They would be in a more permanent location.
Okay.
This is
Be
a
more of
good
a
sign,
safe
believe it or
house.
not. Yeah,
So
this means that they're not planning.
considerably traumatic.
I mean, being kidnapped is pretty traumatic.
We can worry.
What are the conditions? Just out of curiosity.
I unfortunately have never
What?
had access to those areas. I've heard some things, but those are usually things said about people who have information, not necessarily. I can't promise you they're being treated well, but I can't promise you. I don't have bad news on that front either.
Take it away.
Well, thank you.
What about
That
your
is-
children?
There seemed to be no one talking of them, which is as I would prefer it. I was able to sneak a glimpse of them, but I did not want to risk getting close. As those guards there specifically
Know your face.
yes. But I did see
Children.
I did see Nuala at least, and she didn't seem. I can't imagine they've told her yet, or she would have been more distraught. But on the same side, I can't imagine that else had happened to the others for similar reasons.
So, how do we get
uh,
them out without them know us getting out? Us.
Well, ideally, we make it look like they ran away.
Or we buy
It
them.
happened. What?
Or we buy them.
I think they're more negotiations rather than products. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
I
gotta have all the money.
cannot
Yeah.
say that if you did not go with enough gold and enough purpose that you could not, especially with me dead and only the chains of reputation keeping them safe. And yes, that is partially why I'm concerned. But
Well, have to explain our interest in buying them.
Right, you'd come to
I-
a third party that wanted to buy children.
Oh my god. This is so horrible. This is
There
already
are,
really horrible.
I mean, I guess you
Um,
could. There are other children being held there as well, you know.
Oh, well, that doesn't work. Buy them all. Which, is probably the ethically right thing to do. But
None of them. If we could rescue them all in some sort of mass breakout, I don't know.
That is
can
that
Lily
is
turn into
on
a
the
child?
list. That is
What?
on the list. Kind of.
No
Can
worry
Lily
Yeah.
turn
down.
into a child?
I will admit to being selfish and completely understanding.
I can't
Um,
turn into a
I
6-foot
also am
child.
more concerned.
You
with
can't turn into a child?
I can't turn into a 6-foot child.
Yeah, I think he cannot. He can't become size small, right?
I can,
Or can he?
I can, but it's super limited, like an inch or two.
Baby Fearbulk. Baby Goliath.
Baby me.
Well, in any case, these children are scouted as
Okay, so
promising
escape plan.
recruits.
You set the place on fire, evacuate everyone. Kids are like, oh, okay, or the authorities get involved because what is a bunch of kids doing with all these strange adults?
I think that puts a
Mm.
lot of faith in my end of the plan. I don't have any guarantee about chance of last and whether it will better, etc.
No, I was just talking about a different fire.
Yeah, my the kids aren't held at HQ. They're held at do I have to name it?
Hi, people. It's
I
almost
thought
dinner
about
time. Don't
naming it.
worry.
I sure thought about naming it.
Want to come up with a name later? For
Uh,
now.
hold on,
NPC
Give me
name.
just a
Child.
second.
Children prison camp name here.
Oh fuck. Ice. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
the-
seriously.
Oh no, it's they're held at Hawk's Wing Orphanage. It's not
Oxwing.
That doesn't sound like a legitimate orphanage, but okay.
I
I
believe
mean,
it is. Seems like it's a front.
it's half front, it's half orphanage. They do their recruiting from there. It's very selective, I guess you could say, in
Wow.
who they take in.
So they target people with shitty parents? Sorry.
Or no parents.
No parents, usually. They target the street gangs, and whoever rises to the top there tends to be scouted.
So the street gangs are probably
Why would they be?
No,
They're getting paid.
The street gangs usually.
It's a way out of being
Yeah.
a street gang.
Good money.
the people that didn't get picked.
The people that didn't get picked are always vying to get picked,
So
and will take whatever coin the claw will toss their way that keeps them just on the edge of starvation. Believe me, I would know. They'll turn on them for any amount of money, but only in the sense that a desperate child will do anything for bread the next day. And they won't risk losing a steady source of bread for a small change in position or something as petty as revenge. Anyway, I have more news. So that is not all I found. There is dissent. I heard some gossip that Starling is. The name's right. Yeah, Starling and Cardinal are apparently at odds with this. They do seem to be occupied as Starling seems to have. There was a lot of talk of inconvenient timing and a sense of urgency about the place of wrapping up certain business before moving on to this. So I believe that is why we have mostly been left alone in that corner, as their attention is turned elsewhere and then to be ready to fully bring their front to bear on this matter.
okay, so they're preparing.
Very good. Yeah.
It does mean we have
Well?
some leniency while they handle whatever matter this is, though
Heck. Have a decent paper written today.
I
We can
About
try.
full
we
An
could
all-nighter.
we could write a less convincing one.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be convincing. It can be like this. Well,
You know
I mean,
what?
it does have to be convincing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be a report of findings. Yeah,
If we are
not an
we
analysis of the
could
facts.
send in your notes without any analysis. We could tidy it up just a little bit. So you've done most of the translation work. You could send that off.
Go up and surprise them. Not ready.
Could
Or
do
not
that.
as prepared.
mm,
I would have to speak up there. I would like to rescue my kids. It does
Of
seem like
course.
whatever they're doing it will take a couple days. It seems they are working within the bounds of us not being here yet. There was one more thing. Oh, two more things that I found. One, I believe there is a secondary location being prepared for whatever this will end up being, which makes sense. I wouldn't expect them to bring everyone to H. I was not able to find out where that is, but if we could find out where that is, that could be a great advantage because then we could have people waiting in the. The second thing is something was stolen from one of the hostages. I didn't hear what, but there was a lot of hushed whispers about something having been taken, and Cardinal being furious. And this might also be part of the dissent between the two.
I mean, this could be.
Had Louis already told us about? Like, I know we had that conversation earlier, but I don't know if it was in character or out of character.
I think it was in character because I mean everyone was talking about like how. I mean, I guess Louis were those your internal thoughts, or were you speaking out loud? And
wait, what was?
When you were talking about Coco's Selkie skin potentially being in danger.
Well, I would have mentioned something of that nature. Yeah, I would have mentioned something like, yeah, we got to protect that at least.
Well, I bet you have a nice little light bulb when Ildana says they have an object from one of the hostages.
Of course they do.
It seems that I also can piece together that with what you said about there was some talk that didn't make much sense at the time, but with knowledge of an assassin, there was talk of potentially wasting resources, and I think if I put it together correctly, they were trying to utilize her in a way that didn't use up their freebie and use her for intimidation / fallback purposes, and hopefully to. I think they were trying to retain her services if she didn't end up having to kill your parent. Although that doesn't seem to have. There was no talk. There was no talk of her having deserted. Just mutterings of something potentially being wasted by trying to get around the letter of a law. Or of a fact.
Well, if something was stolen, it could be that assassin we were talking. It could be that assassin.
No, I think it wasn't what Ildana said that it was like, was it an outside party that stole something from the hostage, or was it someone like in the claw that's dealing with the negotiation?
They do not know. I know if it is someone from within the claw, they are risking a great deal because Cardinal seems to be. I only saw him once, but he seemed quite upset.
Well, if that's the case, then if we blow the place up, it's not like anyone there has Coco's.
It's fur, kind of.
Pelt?
It's like fur coat. It's like a fur coat. It's a fur coat, but it's his fur.
Anyways,
Don't worry about it.
yes.
It is in fact. It's not necessarily a coat. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
No, it's their skin.
Yeah, it's a pelt. That's
Yeah.
it seems to have been like cured and like it's definitely very soft. But he usually has it just like wrapped around his waist or thrown over his shoulder like a jacket, like tied.
Hmm.
Or he's wearing it. I was.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was almost spotted, so at that point I chose to leave back. It was a bit of a close call.
Well,
I think you made it out there safely.
that's important. But again, if it was not someone within the claw and it was maybe our assassin friend, not our friend, Mel's friend,
Not my
Important
friend.
distinction.
well,
Oh,
anyways,
that's very cool.
regardless, it means that it is not their headquarters, and it means that again, when we hopefully start a fire, they're not there to be destroyed.
So, do you plan to wait till you're all the way back at their headquarters before setting off whatever trap you have?
That's why initially we thought that the hostage exchange slash whatever happening there, which is why I'm thinking now we surprise them.
Ah, just have it prepped, and it will be sneak in, try to get to the hostages. There are many traps.
No. We do the exchange there.
Oh, go up to them and be like, "Hello, we are here for the hostage exchange."
I have my notes and information for you, including this very important book that has codes and stuff in. I don't actually think it's that important, but I'll give it to him. And within it will be a glyph that, after I leave, will hopefully cause a firebolt to go off.
It is never a bad idea to take them off guard. Well, I mean, it can be, but like, there's advantage to it as well.
And that's also why we were considering putting my information out in the public, my research out in the public, because it provide a nice little.
I will say, if you do surprise them, they will not have prepared the ground, that is true. They will be on their home turf. And there are certain areas in the headquarters where magic does not work. It's not all of it. There's too much magic that we need for our day to day for it to be all of it. But be careful what rooms you walk into.
Well, regardless, no matter where, I mean, they take that book somewhere else to look at it, going to blow up.
Sure. And
So,
if they continue to underestimate you the way that they have, just do not think about the trap while you set it.
oh yes,
Later.
I will
We
be
know that by
thinking
now.
about getting my brother out.
Tomorrow, I know this is proven to be a compromised place, but I do still believe it is the safest place. If we went and rescued my children tomorrow, would they stay here?
You're asking the wrong person. Ask my mother. My
Uh,
mother, who's sitting right here next to me, cuddled
Yeah.
up on the
Oh,
couch.
Yeah,
Also
she's
drunk
like,
on the couch.
yeah,
Are
haven't
you
been hit with
laying
a
hands on her? Oh,
she's not so much drunk as just exhausted. Um, she looks up and she goes, "We have plenty of room, and Lord knows I don't want anyone else's children in the hands of others. They may stay here until we have this mess sorted."
Sent a message to Auntie.
Yes, I did so last night. She is unfortunately on one of her ventures, so not able to be teleported to. But she said she will find land as quickly as she can, and that if we still need her by the time she is able to get to port, that we will have her blade. Or is she a
Wonderful.
blade or a
She's
gunslinger?
a gun. Well, I mean, she has
Okay.
both. But
Okay, we will have her aid. How about that?
there we go.
She also talked about bringing a couple of other people along.
I was just thinking, as a nice getaway for our friends here.
That is also valuable. And if we move quickly, I believe that she will not. I think she's a distance from port. In any case, I don't. Bit of
Well, I
unfortunate
mean,
timing.
yeah.
I can always try to teleport to the ship, but it's always a very risky venture.
Yeah, I would not recommend that. Well, I mean, wouldn't recommend risking that.
Yeah, especially because with only one spell slot, there's not a lot of options if you fuck up.
Oh, no, you end up in the middle of the ocean.
A moving target, it's not great. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else y'all want to discuss today? Yeah. With a side adventure, y'all got to. Hey, what did y'all think of the city?
Cool until the raccoon started, being
the
eaten.
cuisine could use
Yeah.
some work.
Cool.
I want to be clear here. I never said he should do that. Like, I never even implied.
He was like, "Fuck it, this
I
is me
understand,
now."
I understand your reason why to can't you, but that was not my city world building that did that. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yep, happy Halloween.
Sometimes you gotta eat a raccoon.
I mean, can you eat a mimic?
Oh my
Please,
god.
please,
Do
please
they
don't.
taste like
Please
chicken?
don't.
They
Now that
probably
would be a
taste
plot
like
twist.
applewood.
Applewood?
Applewood
God.
smoked bacon. There we go.
Gross.
Oh my god.
I wonder if like the meat is able to be transformed.
I feel like they would have a kind of metallic scent or a metallic taste
Ooh.
from the
Yeah.
usual.
Anyways,
But we're not
I'm
gonna
go
eat Susie.
something.
So
Can eat
that's
any of my pets.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
eat something.
Yeah,
Hey.
good games,
Off-
everybody.
They're off the not on
Good
the
game,
table.
everybody.
Toothy is the table.
I mean, there is a cat on the table, but that's not like that's
That's
other
not
world.
an
That's not how-
invitation.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for
See y'all.
DMing.